We are back in the building. So welcome in, everybody. Listen, we are getting out to a rough start, but that's okay. We're going to start over nonetheless. This is an exercise in resilience. How do we bounce back when things happen that are uncomfortable, that are not what we want to happen, that are unfortunate? What do we do? This is a real life exercise in that, and what we do is we just keep on doing, right? So come on in, and let's get this party started. We're going to be doing back-to-back Reddit reactions today, and we're not going to let any platform stop us for any reason at all. Que le duele? The weather is beautiful out, and I have a lot of homework that I'm supposed to be doing, preparing for a presentation in 2 days. But it's all right. I'm here, you're here, and we're together. Que le duele? I don't know what that means, but hey, que le duela? I don't know. Welcome, Indigo. Hey. Welcome. Keep working on it, but love it nonetheless. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right. So we're going to jump into it as soon as the notification goes out. When you come on in, say hello. Let me know that you're here. Throw up the peace sign. Like the video so that the algorithm knows that this is what you want to see, that you clicked on purpose. All right, I'm happy to see you too. Welcome. We're having some algorithm issues right now because we're talking about Reddit and YouTube is trying to hate. They made me take down my last thumbnail, but it's all right. Listen,
I've been getting money, you know I can live with that. Legend in my city when they showed it on the map, and if I leave it tomorrow, they gon' hold it as a fact. I'm not who that could stop me.
You know what? As a matter of fact, listen.
Get up out your ego.
I'm happy that you all are here. Welcome in, welcome. Today we're starting out, the first story that we're talking about is one. So listen, I'm trying something new that we haven't done before, but I figured, hey, why not? I love scrolling on Reddit. Ever since TikTok went dark in January this year, it has not been the same. So I've spent time on Reddit because the algorithm on TikTok is booty now. And so I've been reading Reddit stories, and a lot of them have come up that I've saved because there are so many lessons in there. So today is all about teaching. We're going to have teachable moments, and we're going to, you know what, as a matter of fact, let me reset and go to my custom. Let's start our timer. Every 30 minutes, we're gonna get up and we're gonna dance. I already got 1 minute in already for today. By the time we get to the end of today's broadcast, we should be at 25 minutes. So we're gonna get up and dance every 30 minutes. Welcome in, a Perry Life, welcome. I'm your host, Tonya Tko. I'm a self-love specialist from TonyaTko.com. And I give you all lessons on this channel so that you can see from other people's relationships what self-abuse or self-love may look like. And the first story up, how many people here, let me find out how many people here scroll Reddit. If you scroll Reddit, put up a 1, throw your pointer finger in the air if you're using emojis. If you scroll Reddit and read the stories and you find them interesting, let me know, because that's why we're all here today, because the Reddit stories that I've come across. So if there is or are Reddit stories that you feel have tremendous self-love lessons in them, go ahead, grab your app, get the link, and then send it to me on TonyaTko.com/contact. That way, while I'm live, because we are live right now, and that's one of the benefits of being live, that we can interact, that this is a cooperative thing that's going on right here. So listen, hey, I'm happy that you all are here. So let's jump right into the very first one. All right. Let me scroll this down just a little bit so that we have the name and all of that in here. Okay. It says, my 34, so she's a 32-year-old female. She says, my boyfriend, 35 male, lied to me about having HSV2, which is herpes simplex virus 2. How do I handle this? I love my boyfriend more than anything. And he and I met a little over 5 months ago, and it's been fireworks ever since. I'm a single mom to a toddler, and I was living with my parents since I didn't want to put my son into daycare while I worked. How I became a single mom is a bit of an extenuating circumstance. My ex-fiance, who is the father of my son, has PTSD from being deployed in Afghanistan twice. And after self-medicating behind my back, while we were together, he lost his mind and has had to, and let me just read it from the phone because it's too far. The screen is too far. Welcome. Happy Saturday to you too. Okay. All right, let's see. All right. How I became a single mom is a bit of extenuating circumstances. My ex-fiance, who is the father of my son, has PTSD from being deployed to Afghanistan twice. And after self-medicating behind my back while we were together, he lost his mind and has been in and out of psych wards ever since. This is likely why my parents have been so supportive and helpful throughout my pregnancy and my child's life. I didn't have a car since I wasn't working, except for here and there. I sell on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, etc., etc. And my boyfriend has several vehicles, one of which he has generously allowed me to use 24/7 without restriction. He's also basically moved me and my toddler into his house. He works a lot, 6 days a week, but we get to see each other on the evenings. He also gave me his credit card and he pays for whatever I want/need. He even told me on my birthday to quote unquote pick something nice out for yourself, but try to keep it under $800, quote unquote, which was just insanely generous. I do my very best to do whatever I can to make his life easier. When he comes home at lunch to see me, I have his lunch ready made for him. I start his coffee in the morning. I keep his laundry and his house clean. I really do my best to make sure he doesn't stress. On top of that, he's a wonderful, kind man who is a gentleman in every way imaginable. I just love him so much. On to the bad part. When we first met, I let him know I was recently tested, and while I have HSV1, the cold sore herpes, I don't have anything else. I asked him about his quote unquote status, and he told me he hasn't been tested recently, but he just got out of a long-term messy marriage/relationship about a year before and hasn't dated. So I asked him if he'd be willing to get tested again, and he paid for it, but he never went. However, he assured me he didn't have anything. Cut to 2 nights ago, which is about 5 months later, and he takes a deep breath and tells me he has HSV too. And the guilt was eating him up inside, but he was worried that if he told me in the beginning, I'd reject him. And he's right, I would have. He said he had to tell me now because he is having a small outbreak. Literally looks like a tiny ant bite, And he already rejected me sexually the night before and figured I would feel self-conscious if he didn't have S with me again that night. And so he told me, which means he lied to me about it throughout our entire relationship. And while he didn't have outbreaks for years until 2 nights ago, there's a chance he could have passed it on to me without even giving me the option to accept the risk or not. Listen to this. I gave a lot of backstory because it's important. Those helping with me with this understand. Give me just a second. I got to go back again. I gave a lot of backstory because it's important. Those helping me with this understand this is a very happy relationship. I have an appointment scheduled for Monday to get tested. The question I have is, and listen to the question. If I test positive, is it fair that I tell him that he has to marry me, considering he gave me a very stigmatizing dis-ease that could make me undateable in the future and didn't give me the option on whether I wanted to accept the risk or not? And if I test negative, is it possible to stay with someone who has HSV2 without getting it yourself? How do I avoid this? Am I stupid for even considering leaving him? He teared up while holding me after he told me, and he's been so sorry since. I know it's genuine. Okay. I recently came across a video that I thought would give us some extra kind of insight on this. It's by Dr. Natalie Jones, and she's worked with psychopaths and criminals in the penal system, and she has worked with abusers and the abused. And I want you to hear what she has to say about men who are on the down low, because when I first heard this, right? When I first heard this, I was like, this man is abusive. When I heard this, I said, listen, you better get out now before the abuse takes it to the next level, because him not telling her, he stopped her from being able to have a choice. That's what R wordists do. People who SA folks, and in some respects, this is a form of SA and battery. He took away her choice, and he was having, as I'm sure, unprotected intercourse with her for 5 months, knowing that he has this disease. And once he got her good and in love, that's when he's decided to tell her. She claims that she loves him more than anything. After 5 months, honey, after 5 months, I can imagine that she probably told him about her ex and all that other stuff. And he used that information to slide in and show a different side of him. Her ex was probably stingy, so he gave her the quote unquote credit card and told her to pick out something under 800. He didn't even shop for her because he doesn't know her, and any gift he would have gotten wasn't going to be as heart touching as the one she got herself, right? So she's basically his maid, as people on TikTok vulgarly say, she's his bang maid as well. She's his cook, housekeeper, house organizer, and live-in doll. And he gives her use of the car, which he probably has trackers on. Part of the reason that she feels that she is quote unquote so in love is because he's most likely hiding parts of his personality. This is an abusive man. A person who really cares about you is going to let you know what the real deal is up front. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and play this video from Dr. Natalie Jones, Side D. And you can, when I put up the clips of this, I'll put the clip to her video in the description, so you have a chance to go watch the whole thing yourself. This is absolutely, this is insane. And this woman she's a mother to a toddler, and she's considering marrying a person who put her life at and her health at risk while he knows she's a mother with a young person depending on her, that's not love or care.
Or Lee.
All right, let's go. So in this video, she's talking about men who are on the down low and some of the issues that they have. And I felt that this was very relevant. And when you hear what she has to say, you'll see why.
Presenting themselves as heterosexual to the world, right? But they have a secret homosexual lifestyle, right? I don't think that people are down low because of, they're afraid of being labeled as, a homosexual or lesbian or things like that. It is a form of narcissism and psychopathy.
Listen.
And if you know anything about narcissists and psychopaths, no one really knows them, right? You may be in a full-blown relationship with them, whether they're gay, straight, or whatever, and they don't allow anyone to get to know the real them. And I would say that this is the same thing for a man who's on the down low. They may be married with kids and things like that, but their wife doesn't know them. She may know aspects of him, right? But even if he's in a relationship with, a man or having sex with men, that man doesn't know him either. Again, they may know aspects of them, but they purposefully keep people at a distance. That's one thing. So they keep people at a distance. They're not going to be vulnerable. They're not going to have any emotional intimacy with anybody. So no one's ever going to get close enough to them. No one is ever going to penetrate their heart, right? So to speak, like other people, like I'm in love, this and that, the other. Down low people aren't going to do that. They don't care about hurting people. So that's what makes down low culture so dangerous.
So I want you all to especially listen to the next part. So she's dropping some science about down low culture because these people have a choice. They choose to be down low because they are hiding the true self from their partner. I'm not saying that her man is down low. Goodness knows what he is, but I know that he's a liar. I know that he's an abuser. I know that he doesn't really care or love her. He doesn't. He can't possibly. And I believe that he's hiding aspects of his personality and waiting to get her trapped. You know how many men, especially nowadays, there's this whole red pill incel movement that's going on in the manosphere. And they are telling other men to actually assault women, to push them into having intercourse early, to coerce them. Why? Because our society lambasts women who have had carnal knowledge of men, right? They don't lambast men for having carnal knowledge of women, but a woman's worth, quote unquote, goes down in this society when she's touched a man. So what men try to do is to sully her early, get her touched early so that she is considered quote unquote dirty. And some of these people with STDs want to make you seem quote unquote dirty so that nobody else quote unquote will want you. That way they're your only alternative. And you see that this young woman is talking about, should I force him to marry me? Woman, you're a mother of a young child, and you're talking about whether or not you're going to have this man in your young child's life for the rest of your life and for all of your child's childhood. You don't know this man like that. It's been 5 months and he took away your choice. This is only the beginning, and he has pulled the wool over her eyes, probably with love bombing, because you see, she says that it's been fireworks ever since. I'm concerned about her pattern of dysfunctional relationships. She had a child from a man whom she wasn't married to, who had mental health issues that she and he ignored until he went and just straight up lost his mind. Now, she's gone from that relationship to this relationship with this man who has put her health at risk while she has a young person depending on her. That man does not care about her. And because of the conditioning of our society, she's thinking Because listen, even in the Bible, it says that if you R-word a woman, that now you're going to be forced to marry her. Why? Because in biblical days, women were property. Women have been property or considered property for thousands of years. So that if you damage the father, the brother, or the husband's property, because listen, in the early days, our word was not considered a crime. And when it did become a crime, do you want to know what type of crime it was? I know this because I just finished taking a forensic psychology class last semester. What type of crime was it? I'm going to give you all an opportunity to answer in the comments. What type of crime was sexual assault against a woman? It was a property crime. So that if you sexually assaulted a woman, you would have to pay damages to the person who owned her. Just like if you damaged a person's mule or their car or their cart. So, over the years, sexual assault laws have changed to some pretty gruesome stuff where a woman had to yell and yell to a sufficient degree, or it was bonkers and bizarre. You know that we live in a patriarchy when you see what the early sexual assault laws were, right? So nonetheless, in the Bible it states if you R-word a woman that you have to you're going to be forced to marry her, which means that the woman has to marry her R-wordist. And now this woman with her societal programming is asking, should I force him to marry me? If I test positive, is it fair that I told him that he has to marry me? Girl, you're the one who has to marry. In that situation, you're the one who would be having to marry him. Stop this. So nonetheless, I want you to hear the rest of what Dr. Jones is saying, because this part right here is where we start to get into how the narcissism and psychopathy relates to STDs and the passing thereof.
It's because they don't care who they hurt. They may not use sexual discretion or to wear a condom or things like that to prevent from passing anything. They don't care. And that's why, again, when it comes to STIs and things like that, again, they don't care because they don't take the proper precautions to protect all people involved, including themselves, right? And it's like there's like this sense of entitlement. There's a sense of like you get what you get. When you get with me, oh well, who cares? There's that. And again, I've witnessed it firsthand working in prison.
All right. So you hear that there, right? I want to tell this young woman, get out now. This man does not love you. It is impossible to love you and take away your choice. Open up your eyes and get yourself help. The fact that you're even considering this shows that you're programming, right? The fact that she didn't bust him full of slaps and call the police, this man needs to be arrested. He needs to be arrested for at least sexual battery. At least. Because his phallic is a loaded weapon. And he thinks that coming out with a little quote unquote ant bite and telling her now, how many other times did he have whatever was going on? He is claiming that he was in a tumultuous marriage. He also claims that he works 6 days a week and the only times that she can see him are on the weekends. How many of you want to bet that part of the reason that he limits contact with her is because he doesn't want the mask to slip, the facade to slip down? Listen to the women with experience around you. This man is very dangerous indeed. I had a girlfriend when I was in college whose man had HSV too, and he never told her either. and they were having unprotected intercourse. You know how my friend found out? She found out because this man had been having her fulfill his prescription for months. For months, right? And then one day she decided to look up what the drugs were that he was taking. And that's when she found out and she confronted him. And he came up with the same type of thing too. She tested, found out that she was not positive, and she left him. She went on to get married to a man in another very problematic situation. But this man who had the HSV too, he approached me and tried to push up on me one day before she found out all of this, like in the early parts of their relationship. And because of a situation that had existed between she and I in the past, I decided it was best not to tell her because it was only going to cause a rift between she and I. I know better now. I should have told her, but was she the type of person that would have been open to hearing what it is that I had to say? 2 and 2 goes together. This man has poor character. What else is he doing? I doubt she's the only woman. I doubt he's working all those hours. I doubt everything that he said. I know one thing for sure is that this man is dangerous and this woman needs to be very, very careful. Actually, forget being careful. Just get the hell out. Get out. Get out of this relationship. I'll show you all some of the comments that some people are leaving on the post. So people are saying, I don't think I could stay with someone who lied like that. I actually have it and got it from a friend of over 6 years that I started dating. He knew he had it and he never told me. That wasn't a friend, honey. That was someone who was laying and waiting in the balance, waiting for you to slip up. Okay. Same. This person is saying same. I told my current husband before we did the deed. He appreciated the honesty and respected me for it. I haven't had symptoms in over 10 years now. This just goes down to his core character. Exactly. You moved someone in with your child way too soon. That's not enough time to really know him. Now you can see that you don't know him. He's a liar who doesn't care that he put your health at risk. Dump him. AH. All right. I know that's right. And someone says, right, she loves him more than anything, quote unquote, at 5 months in. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. He's love bombing her and making her think that he's someone that he's not. Absolutely do not marry someone for that reason, and think seriously if you want to be with someone who lied to you about this. Meanwhile, condoms every single time you have S with this guy, assuming you continue to do so. Yeah, exactly. You can read some of these comments. I'll scroll through. I don't see my comment on here because I guess it didn't get thumbs up because I called him an abuser. And, you know, people on there, as soon as they see that your picture is brown or that you say some stuff that's not popular, they don't thumbs you up. So I don't care. You do not marry someone because they lied to you and gave you an STD. The correct response is to leave him. 1, because he lied to you, but also because he did not care about your physical well-being. This is not a little thing. His own comfort was more important to him than yours. This is not love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't sleep with him. So speaking of the tests, he paid for the test but never went. That's because he knew. He knew. This was all a setup to begin with. She did the responsible thing by asking about STDs, but she got caught up in the love bombing and let him jump in raw dog without proving that he had nothing. And then how he disparaged his ex. And I bet you he was the tumultuous one in that relationship. Listen. Leave these people. Leave them. Do not allow them to bring you down with the ship. That's all I'm going to say on that. All right. That one was a good one. Let's pull up some music and listen to some music while we get ready for the next. while we get ready for the next song. I mean, not the next song,
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up thinking.
We might as well get up and dance right now. Listen.
To forget, but you won't let me.
Need something in my heart. You come on, get up and dance, everybody. Listen.
Asking for help, but nothing seems to work for you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah. You never leave my thoughts alone, yeah. You're the reason I'm going out of my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you.
This song is a little slow, but anyway, we're gonna
All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless.
You know what? Let's see what the next
Do any
song
space,
is.
yeah, maybe you're brave,
Let's see
boy,
what the
you're my
next song is. Let's
weakness. Giving
Yeah, hey, what you heard about me? Everything I'm doing, wanna bite me. Prototype, you wanna get like me. Ain't no Gucci on my body, but I'm so icy, huh? Blue jeans, white tee with a crew neck. And my dope boy fit like it's 07. From the base side, live with a car slide. Gloves in the clothes, but we still outside. Shawty, pop it, gum. Took a blue one, she hot, son. Looking at me, think I might be lunch. She wanna me with the lights turned on. You see me shining, I'm out here thriving. I'm just trying to have fun. With a squad, and we about to go dumb. We finna turn up till the lights turn on.
movement in as an act of self-love. This is your time to get that heart rate up.
To the turn up, till the lights turn on.
Hey! Hey! This reminds me of Justin Timberlake for some reason. Hey! Hey!
Yeah.
Hey! Hey! Woo!
As a son, too turned up, think I might be drunk. Baddie with a body, put a X on me, and a boyfriend mad cause he got no fun. He a broke boy, gotta pay for the he don't get no paper. Creole, know I got the flavor. Wanna be me, sound so basic. Pull up the size, I'ma take that. Money find me, I don't chase that. I'm doing me, why is you mad? Black boy in a two-tone do-rag. You see me shining, I'm out here thriving. I'm just trying to have fun. We all tired, now I'm finna go down till the lights turn on.
Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Catch it. And go.
To the turn up, till the lights turn.
All right. All right. Listen. Perfect. You get up and you dance because you love yourself. I started out with 1 minute of exercise. Now I'm up to 5. How many minutes of exercise have you gotten today? If you haven't gotten in your 25 minutes, I encourage you to get up and dance when I dance. That song right there was 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Plus we danced a little bit to the song before that. So that was 4 minutes right there. All right, let's go forward into the next I feel so fatigued. Whew. Bronx Bayou said it would have been a problem if you would have told her. Maybe you're saying it wouldn't have been a problem. All right. Soraya is saying going extra round for me. You don't have to worry. We got 29 more minutes before the next dance break. Then you can go an extra round with me. All right, so let's get into the next Reddit, right? Okay. So, all right, so this is in the Am I Overreacting subreddit. And the guy is doing a text message between him and his cousin, right? And so he says, hey man, so I wanted to talk to you about something at dinner, but you had made, wait, let me start that again. Oh, exclusive is saying an hour? Okay, girl, I got you. I got you. So you know what? When we get up to do our dance breaks, do some stretching. Roll on your thing to get your fascia to release, but get up and do something. Even if you've done an hour, that's fine. Do some stretching. Okay, you got it. You got it. All right. So, hey man, someone is, Kimmy, you're saying refresh. What happened? What happened? All right. I got to turn up the air a little bit. I got to turn up the air just a little bit. Ooh. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Hey man, so I wanted to talk to you about something at dinner, but you had made such a good dinner for us. It was kind of awkward, and I figured maybe it would be easier over text, so I didn't have to say it to your face. Hey, Cuzzo. Hey, what's up, Cuzzo? So, I have to go here and do it. So, me and Emmy have thought super hard on this and prayed on it, and we are sorry, but we need you to move out. We're super disappointed in you, but we aren't unreasonable either. So we are going to give you until Friday to get all of your things out of the house. You can thank Emmy for that because honestly, I wanted you out like now. Wait, what? This is a joke, right? No, man, it's not a joke. No, man, it's not a joke. When you get out of rehab, okay, hold on. When you got out of rehab 8 months ago, we were the only people that were willing to help you. And the deal was that you were going to have zero tolerance, that we were going to have zero tolerance. And if you slipped up, then you're out. So we need you to be true to that agreement. We need you to be true to that agreement. No, man, it's not a joke. No, man, it's not a joke. I need you to be true to that agreement. Okay. But what are you talking about? How have I slipped up? I'm still trying to figure out if you're messing with me. I have no idea what you're talking about. Really, I don't. Come on, man. You know you're using again. It's clear as day. We are not stupid. What? Why would you think that? Things are going so well for me right now. I just won a multi-million-dollar contract that's going to keep me busy with work for the next 6 to 9 months. You know this. Why would I mess that up? Like, I have been doing the best I ever have been. Why are you saying this? I'm so confused right now. What the hell is going on? Come on, man. I know I've known you your entire... Come on, man. I've known you your entire life. I can tell when you start lying. Excuse me. I'm still fatigued from that dance, but let's keep going. Come on, man. I've known you your entire life. I can tell when you start living in the darkness. For instance, you have been in a ridiculously good mood for the last month. And I know it's not just because you finally got your license and got super lucky and won your little painting contract. Come on, man. I'm not trying to argue about this. You're just going to lie and manipulate just like you always do. You know the entire family has been there for you. It's so messed up that you're putting your mess on everybody again. We already talked to your parents about this at church yesterday. Wait, what? This is insane. I'm not using. I will take a drug test right now. I have been happy that things have been working in my favor finally, and that my hard work is passing my CSIB is passing my CSIB test and then winning the bid. Yeah, I've been happy, but I ain't high. What would you wait? Why would you talk to my parents about something you were just speculating? I'm so blindsided right now. Why, Ben? Why are you doing this? Come on, cuz it takes one to know one. Let me go to the next page and see. Okay, this guy is pretty good about starting the paragraph on the next page. All right. Come on, cuz it takes one to know one. You know I had a gram a day habit all through my 20s until I found Jesus. I know all too well the telltale signs of addiction. You're not going to put the wool on me. Plus, that disgusting lust fest me and M had to endure listening to last weekend was also for sure sign that you're back on drugs. Come on. You're going to try and tell me that you were sober, having loud, violent, disgusting lust fest until almost midnight? No less is normal, not drug fueled in any way. I'm not stupid, Jay. Like I said, I was living that life all through my 20s. You might be able to fool everyone else, but not me. What the hell? Let me see if he has the... Oh, no, he doesn't have this. Okay. What the hell are you talking about? I already apologized. I thought you guys were ginger for the night and that we were not... Wait, hold on. Let me start it again. What the hell are you talking about? I already apologized. I thought you were ginger for the night and we were not on drugs. And Ben, you smoked weed in your 20s. You were never on drugs. Please believe me, you have never lived that life, quote unquote. And it's very clear because you are so wrong about this. Honestly, I swear on everything, man. This is so crazy. My rent is paid all the way through January. Do you think if I was strung out, I would have paid my rent 5 months in advance and be able to land big contracts? Hold on. Okay, this is January. And be able to land big contracts and make my appointments and do all these things? Oh, your big contracts. LOL. Geez, man, it's your first semi-decent project. You got super lucky and you're letting it go to your head. Pride is gross. Have a little humility. And like I said, this ain't a debate. You're not going to manipulate me. Friday by 5 p.m. and we will give you your rent money back month by month. You can't expect us to pay it all in one chunk. That would mess our books up. We will give you the prorated amount on the first of every month until January. Good night. We are praying for you, man. It's time to grow the hell up. You are being so selfish, making the family have to go through this again. All right. What is it that you noticed in all of this? We'll read his commentary because he wrote some stuff underneath it, right? This is what he says. Am I overreacting? This is insane. This is insane. I have been sober AF, doing everything right, and then get blindsided by this. I don't know what to do. Can I get a little feedback and maybe a little advice? I moved in with my cousin at the beginning of the year after I just got out of a 60-day rehab. I have been doing amazing and have had some really, really good breaks. I got my contractor's license and had some unbelievable fortune with landing a big contract that's going to keep me and my crew busy all through next year. And then my cousin hits me with this out of the blue. All right. So people are saying jealousy. This is part of the reason that I'm doing this video. I'm doing this video because I commented. Let me see if I can find my comment on this. The crazy part about Reddit is, well, there's so many comments on this. There's thousands of comments, so I'm not going to be able to find mine. But pretty much, this sounds like jealousy to me too. I can already see the trajectory of what is about to happen. But number one, his cousin cannot legally put him out on the street by Friday. If he lives there and that's his residence, his cousin has to go through the eviction process. And that eviction process is going to depend on which state and city they're in. So if I were him, I would not leave. His cousin sounds super jealous, and he sounds like he wants this man to fail. The man has a multi-million-dollar contract. He's paid his rent up until January, and his cousin is not going to give him the money back, but going to give it at a prorated rate, talking about how it'll mess up their books if they give it back all at once. So he just wants to put him out on the street with nothing, messing with his mental health now that things are on the right track. Not only that, what about the comments about what he was doing in the night? It sounds like he's unhappy that him and his wife are not rolling like that, that they calling it gross, disgusting lust fest, that it was loud and violent. Come on. He wanted to see his cousin fail. And when his cousin wasn't failing fast enough, he decided to expedite things. He knows that this man is an addict and that the man is vulnerable and that things are finally starting to turn around. So now he's trying to put him out with nowhere to stay and keep his money. Come on now. The stuff that he mentioned, oh, your little contract, you're letting it get to your head. Have humility. These are all things that someone who is envious of you will say. So my thing and what I want to tell you all about is to please beware of, just be very aware. Let me just say that. Be very aware that everybody by you is not for you, and that you have to be for yourself. That life will throw things in the mix to mix things up, and you have to be so solidified in your conviction that you are able to stand strong, because life will test you and people like this will come along. This is an unfortunate situation, and if I were him, I would not leave. I would get the police involved. I mean, he's paid up, and he has it in writing that he is paid up. So listen, I would take my chances with it. If this person is a so-called quote unquote Christian, then, and his family member, I don't think that his life will be in danger, but I do think that his cousin is extremely jealous, not only of his success, but of the fact that he is sexually active and that it sounds vibrant. And he wants that for himself, and he's probably just cringing with jealousy. The multi-million-dollar contract, the getting his license, saying that he's just too happy. All of this sounds like hateration to me. What are your thoughts? I want to hear your thoughts below, like for real. This is bonkers. This is bonkers. All right, let's get ready for the next one that we're going to... Oh, no, we listened to this already. Oh, no. No. Let me try to get a slower song. Okay. Oh, maybe that's a little too slow. Let's see if it picks up. Let's try this one.
I get the feeling it's a good night. It's so bright. The city's shining from the street lights.
All right. We got our next one up, so let's jump into this. This one says, am I overreacting for blocking my guy friend for being quote unquote... Listen. Am I overreacting for blocking my guy friend for being quote unquote brutally honest about me? And let's read this piece by piece. Okay. I really liked him, and he told me, hold on. I need to prepare myself mentally for this. Okay. All right. All right. I really liked him, and he told me that he had quote unquote commitment issues and would never want anything but casual. 1 week after we stopped hooking up, he's dating some other girl. Like, what the F? Commitment issues where? Want me to give it to you straight? Bro, please. I'm sick AF getting played. I'm sick of getting played. All right. All right. You're not girlfriend material. You're the kind of girl that's just tempting and effable, not pretty and not dateable. I do think you're cute, don't get me wrong, but you're not really quote unquote pretty per se. Maybe if you lost just a bit of weight and had a lip flip done, you'd be, But at the moment, your curvy body just makes most men want you as, for lack of better terms, an S object. Like your body is just provoking. Like your body is just provoking because you're curvy. That also makes men not want to date you because they know other men will see you that way too. It's not only about your looks though. You also know you have bipolar disorder, daddy issues, and severe self-esteem insecurity issues. Very unattractive qualities. Men don't want to quote unquote fix you. You might be fun to F around with, but they but they want their wife to have much less baggage. What are your thoughts about this so far? I'm going to read the rest of it for you, but I want to know what your thoughts are about what he said so far in terms of being brutally honest, right? Oh, Yolanda says, Tonya, so dope. Thank you, dear. And so Shantea is saying, when these men say that believe them, he told her what type of time he was on in the beginning. I love this style of video. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you like it. So, so she's talking about two different people. She was dating a guy who said he did not want commitment and he left her high and dry, then started dating someone. And then she's talking to her guy friend and her guy friend says, do you want me to be brutally honest? And she says yes. And then he starts saying this, right? So Rab C is saying she should block him real quick. Why do you say that? Why do you say she should block him? She asked for honesty and he is being what seems like very honest, right? So why do you say that she should block him? What are your thoughts about his honesty? Is he being brutally honest? Is this what she asked for, right? I want to hear your point of view before I start reading the rest of it. All right. So Hermina says too much red pill, LOL. Okay. So you heard some red pill talking points in there. That's one thing. Let's see some more answers. What are your thoughts about his quote unquote brutal honesty so far? This video is live, and if you happen to catch this video on the replay, join the text notification squad so that you can become aware of when we go live. I am going to be upgrading the text notification squad into an app pretty soon. But for the time being, join the text notification squad so you can get a notification for when we go live. She needs therapy. A man is in therapy. Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. We'll continue forward while I look for your answers, okay? All right. Okay, then he says, lastly, we've talked before about your kinks and what you let men do to you in bed. I'm not saying it's not hot. It's just, but if a man is willing to disrespect you to that extreme of a degree in bed, then he's not capable of respecting you in general. A man does that type of stuff to a H to the O-R-E, not his wife. And she says, bro, what the actual F? And he's like, question mark, question mark. And she's like, why would you say that? Oh, I'm F and G. I'm gonna cry. All right. I'm gonna read the rest of you to it. I'm gonna read the rest of it to you. However, I wanted to give my 2 cents here because when I first read it, I was like, he is being brutally honest, and he's telling her exactly how he feels with no filter. And I'm like, don't ask people to be brutally honest if you can't take it. However, by the time I got to the end of it, I realized that this guy is, because I picked up on some of the red pill talking points. And then I was like, there's something more going on here. And you'll see exactly what it is that I'm talking about as we dive into it. The very first thing that I thought was, this guy is not really her friend. She can thank him for his version of honesty and she can keep it pushing. Because if you're going to have a friend near you, your friend is going to need to like you. This guy doesn't even sound like he likes her, does he? Right? So let's continue forward. She says, I'm gonna cry. And so he knows that she has low self-esteem. What this sounds like to me, if you've never heard of negging, negging is when men will try to take a woman down a few notches by mocking her, making fun of her, giving her backhanded, upside down compliments like, you look really cute for a blank, blank, blank type of girl. So you're big, but you're not pretty, but you're cute. Don't get me wrong, you're effable. So what he's trying to do is knock down her esteem so much that she gives him a chance, right? That's what negging is supposed to do. Make the girl lose some of her self-worth so that she's not so quote unquote high and mighty. So he goes, damn girl, I'm trying to help you. You told me to give it to you straight. And she says, by telling me I'll never be beyond effable unless literal work done. And then that's the thing too, at telling her that she needs to get plastic surgery and lose weight and all of this, it makes you wonder, why is he her friend, her quote unquote friend, right? And the guy says, okay, chill. I think you're focusing on the little things a little too much and not on the bigger picture and what I'm actually trying to say. What is he actually trying to say? Does it seem like he even likes her as a human being? But then listen to this. You don't quote unquote need a lip flip. I don't even know what a lip flip is, but whatever. To be wifey material, there are other things you need to fix first. I'm simply saying it would help. Otherwise, everything else I pointed out is fixable. Even your BPD can be tamed down a little bit with more effort. Just don't expect men to fix it for you, is what I'm getting at. Work on yourself, then maybe you'll find you stop getting used and dumped so much. So what he's doing is he's mixing some things that she already feels is true with stuff that he's been secretly feeling. Like, what do they talk about on an average basis? This is why we as women have to be very careful with who it is that we let into our inner circle. These men consider being your friend, these types of men consider being your friend to be the quote unquote friend zone, that they're just gonna lay in wait until you're vulnerable enough to give them a chance to F you. So he's seen all of these men getting down, and he is now saying all of this stuff to her. And he's talking about men in blanket terms. Whenever you hear men talking about what men like, what men are not going to like, what men won't, they're talking about themselves, but projecting this onto other men because they're in a closed loop. They're in a feedback loop with other men that are telling them the same types of things, but they don't speak for all men. You can only talk for you and the people who think like you. That's pretty much it, right? And then she goes, dude, you're acting like you're being philosophical as F, but you're actually being a huge a-hole. It's not coming off as constructive criticism to me. I think maybe we shouldn't talk for a bit. And then he goes, LOL, okay, get salty, truth hurts. One day you'll realize I'm really only trying to help. And then it looks like she blocked him, right? Okay. So let's read what it is that she says, right? Am I overreacting for blocking my guy friend for being brutally honest with me? So for context, I, 21 female, recently got hurt by a guy I was really into after he said he was afraid of commitment, when in reality, he just didn't want to be with me. I was venting to my friend, male 21, about this, and this was the advice he gave me. I took it really hard and got pretty upset. Even after I did ask him to be honest with me, it still felt like he went too far. Now I'm starting to feel bad and wonder if maybe he was only trying to help and if I should let him, but I'm not sure. Am I overreacting, right? All right. So this was part one. She did come back out with a part two. Let me see if I have it saved here. All right, here it is. She did come out with a part two. So here, this is what she says. Update. Am I overreacting for blocking my guy friend for being brutally honest with me? So let's read her words first, right? Okay. So quick update. I thought maybe he was just mad that I had friend zoned him for so long, and maybe he wanted to be with me, as some of the comments on my other posts suggested. And it kind of made sense to me, so I decided to test the theory and messaged him. Asked if he would date me to see if he really was just lashing out of jealousy. Turns out, no, bad guess. He just actually effing hates me, and I will be crying myself to sleep tonight. I'm not really asking for any advice slash sympathy on this post, just an update since my last post is kind of getting a bit of attention. I don't need advice this time because this low-key hurts so bad. I realize maybe I am the problem. I don't know what to do, but I know he isn't entirely wrong, and that kills me. I really, really, really need to work on myself. All right, so let's talk about this real quick. We're going to read the comments, but number one, you are your responsibility. Your parents brought you into the world, and whether they cared for you as best they could or cared for you as worst as they could, their job, their genetic job, began and sort of ended with helping you get into the world. The parental job, it would have been nice if your parents did look out and care for you. And if they didn't, that makes your job so much harder. But at the end of the day, your parents were people before they had you, just like you're a person right now before you have kids, if you ever decide to have them. What I will say to you is something that I realized in EMDR therapy just a few days ago. I realized that I had been living my life and that I had been doing things to sabotage my own fitness because my body, my external representation, was an homage to the trauma that I had experienced. I packed on weight as a little girl in response to sexual assault as a child. And I have kept the weight on, and I have sabotaged my efforts in a way to pay honor to the trauma that I've had. The honor is in healing. If you have ever heard anything that I have ever said before, please hear this. The homage to yourself and your life is in healing. And you've got to do what you need to do to live the type of life that you want to live. If she has bipolar disorder and or some other type of unwellness, a dis-ease or diagnosis, do what it is that you need to do to get as on the other side of it as you can. If that involves trying out different medications until you find one that fits, please do that. You all know that I had a kidney issue, and that for the bulk of this year, I had a tube coming out of my back that led to a bag that was strapped to my leg to let the fluid from my kidney dump out. I did not want to do this. I thought it was a bad look. I thought it was going to be cumbersome, but I did it to save my kidney and my life. I did that. And I wore it every single day, even when it hurt, even when it was uncomfortable, even in the winter in New York when the bag on my leg was cold because the outside air was cold, I wore it. Listen to me. Do what it is that you need to do for you and your life. This young lady has some things going on with her, and she's reaching out to these other people looking for validation. Take care of yourself. You are your biggest and best and primarily true only advocate for your life. Everybody else is supplemental to what it is that you have on the inside. You have got to take care of yourself first and foremost. Please hear me. Go and get therapy. Try different modalities of therapy. Try CBT, DBT. Try Jungian therapy. Try psychodynamics. Try different types. I tried a lot of different therapies, and I really truly started getting healing in EMDR. I'm still having breakthroughs daily. And one of the things that I did was I upped it to two sessions per week so that I could really dive in, roll up my sleeves, and get onto the other side of this. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. So we're going to read, and then we're going to take our dance break because it seems like we're a little bit over. We're going to read the second commentary. She does definitely need therapy. We all do. It's not an insult. Because most of the times that I'm commenting on Reddit, I'm telling people to get therapy, and they're cussing me out. They're blocking me. They're telling me I'm a hater and a troll. And I'm like, okay, well then just continue the same behavior then. I really don't know what else to say, right? Oh, Fitness is saying that I'm an inspiration. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that this will inspire you, because I'm going to be honest, that Kelly Price thing yesterday, part of that has really inspired me to just start weight training again. Because when I was not well, I was not working out. It was really literally just too much with the bag, and my blood pressure was having issues and all of this other stuff. However, listening to Kelly Price yesterday and her going off and doing all of that, I decided stop with the excuses. Look, just go. Start it back up again. Because what's the alternative? To be out there lashing out at other people? It won't hurt if you don't think that it's true. If you're doing your very best, you can rebuff these people's insults. But let's get to what it is that he said next. She came back and she said, I'm sorry for blocking you. Maybe you were right. Blank, would you give me a chance? And this is what this mother effer says. Read what he says. Knew you'd be back. And I already tried ages ago. You rejected me, remember? This right here is the key to all of it. To all of it. You tried to sleep with me, not date me. Maybe I want a real date first. LMFAO for the first time ever. That's your problem. You never saw your worth, and now you ruined it. No, I wouldn't date you now because I know you too well. You're easy and slutty, and I couldn't trust you. I wouldn't want other men thinking of you sexually, which they would. Maybe if you didn't basically always wear low-cut tops and tennis skirts. Maybe if you didn't flirt with every guy you meet. Maybe if you didn't have depraved kinks. But he said that the kinks were hot, right? He tried to F her, not date her. He's thinking that that's some sort of compliment, that she didn't want to give it up to him. But what she did was she kept him around and told him about her escapades while he sat there taking notes, putting down ticks, waiting for the day that he knew that he could try to destroy her esteem, right? Then he goes and says, maybe if you, okay, so he's talking about her low cut tops and all of this other stupidness, foolish manosphere, red pill talking points. Like, come on, tennis skirts are a problem, low cut tops. But when you ask them what they would do if they could be in a woman's body for a week, one of the first things that they start talking about doing is wearing the same type of clothes that they criticize you for. And then not only that, doing even more depraved things, going out there and getting slutted and mudded out. So he says, maybe if you didn't have depraved kinks, maybe if you effing respected yourself, then I would date you. But I'm so effing done. You need so much help. It's insane. So he tried to F her, and he's salty. He's the one who's salty because she curved him. And not only did she curve him, but she told him about her kinks and escapades and all this other stuff. This man is not your friend. He doesn't even like you. He didn't like you to begin with. He just wanted to F you. And when he couldn't F you, he decided to wait around to see if he could get his turn. Listen to the next part. Never mind. To be honest, F that. You're beyond effing saving at this point. Listen to this, though. I would F the S out of you, though. Crazy how I've dealt with your BS this long, and now you let and how you let other guys hit, but not me, because you were all worried about our quote unquote friendship. Then I hear you sucked Kai's D, and y'all been friends for longer than us. You make me mad as F. Shay, I'm so effing over it. I'm out, bro. And the very last thing that she says is, I'm sorry, blank. She's apologizing to him. Her self-esteem is in the damn toilet. That now she has taken this guy's bitter diatribe as truth, and now she's the one apologizing to him. This man pretended to be your friend. You need guidance, like true guidance from somebody who is professionally trained and who cares about your well-being. Going and putting yourself in the hands of folks that don't care about you is not going to get you where it is that you need to be. Who knows what it is that she likes? No need to even speculate. You can listen, but that tells us something about you, fitness, the golden showers. Listen, when I heard about it, I really didn't know what it could possibly be. It could be any number of things, because these guys take any type of kink as quote unquote disrespect, but then he still thinks that it's hot. I thought maybe it was some choking or slapping or some domination stuff. That's what I thought. But then that tells you something about me. I mean, you all have seen my patent leather outfit. So fitness, you exposing yourself. You exposing yourself. But nonetheless, back to the subject. She's got to love herself. You have got to love yourself. And you've got to do what it is that you need to do for you. Part of the reason that I'm doing this video, why I'm teaching in this way, is because if there is any part of you that is looking for validation from others, if you've ever been in a conversation with someone like this, if you have guy friends that are waiting in the balance. I had a male friend, the bear, you all remember him, and he's the reason why I ended up living in my car. I lent him money when his girlfriend was pregnant, and he took the loan gladly. But when I needed him to step up and go above and beyond for me when I was living in my car, he showed me who he truly was. He was a person that I believe was waiting in the balance. I believe that there was a part of him that was friendly, but at the end of the day, we weren't really friends. We weren't. And when all was said and done during the pandemic, my phone number rang with a number that looked like his. I had deleted him long ago. And so I looked at the phone number and I searched through some old phone books, and it was his phone number. And I blocked him. I know people's parents and folks were dying and stuff during the pandemic, but I blocked him. You know why? Because the woman that he knew died in the car. I'm not that woman anymore. The person that I came out, that I emerged out of the car as, when I rose above that situation, like the person that didn't help me through one of the hardest parts of my life is not the person that I'm going to turn around and in the middle of a global pandemic open up to and allow to come back into my life. The woman he knew was gone. She died in the car and another person was reborn. The woman that you see before you here today. And we will all go through many deaths and rebirths throughout our lives. And you have to make up your mind about how you're not going to get bitter, you will get better. You will do the things that you need to do to get onto the other side of it. So yeah, that's the full commentary for this post right here. Am I the, let me take it off the screen because it's gone now. Am I the a-hole for blocking this guy? Oh, the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Send through something and I'll read it on the screen when we come back from the dance break. So let us get this started. Listen. All right. This is a 3 minute and 24. Is this fast enough for us? Let me see what the next one is. Let's see what this one is. I don't feel like dancing to any of those. Let me try to find a new song. Let me go to the Discover tab and see what they got for us. Let's see what this is right here. Ooh.
Look, we tastemakers, groundbreakers, we crown shakers, moved aside the margin,
like
but writing that's how we found
reason.
paper, hustling agents since we was riding back.
All right, it looks like Yolanda sent a Cash App through. We are going to check that when we do our dance break. Let's see what this is. Come on, let's hit it. Let's drop it. Drop the beat.
I had a dream last night. Did everything I never do in real life. I stepped into a room, told everyone to be quiet.
I'm gonna save this to my favorites. It's not good for a dance break, but it may be good for an opening. This one says Making Me Brave.
Up and leave. Take a lot of courage just to live out your dreams.
No. Let's try something else. What should we... Let's see. This is a staff pick. All right, this is called Let Me See You Chase. If there's ever a song on my platform that you want to know the name of, just Shazam it.
We can almost have it all. Let's try our luck.
I'm not, no, that's too much. This is called Let Me Chase You. Oh, I won't chase you. I won't chase you. Let's see what this is.
Heart keeps beating.
I can't. This is called In Santa Ana.
In Santa Ana.
No. This one is called Close to You. I can't. We need a good song to dance to. Let me go back to my saved favorites and let me see if I can find something. This is called Lover's Lament. No. Let's Get Out. No. What You Want. Let's see. All right. This sounds pretty good. Let's dance to this. Okay, wait, did we just dance to this?
Me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee.
I don't know.
Infinity to the under. All I
No, this one is called Uh-huh.
I done put my weight in my. Say make a liver, I'm a weight.
All right, let's try this one.
Chilling all day, all in your space.
No, this one is called Damage.
Wake up, do damage. Join them sevens, he's bored up. Working on nothing anymore, though.
All of these are making me feel tired. This one is called Like a Hurricane. Let's see what this is.
Trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire.
No, we kick it like no.
Take a real close look now. Soon you'll realize.
I can dance to this. Come on, get up out your seat. Come on.
Down. I got you hypnotized. Take a real close look now.
I mean, we can jump from side to
I'm gonna show
side.
you how. I'm about to get down. So keep it up right now. So keep it up. So keep it up with me. I need to move. I need to feel the beat. Don't be a fool. You wanna have me.
Get your heart rate up.
Life isn't easy. You gotta roll the dice. You wanna change. Join the paradise. So bring it on if you wanna hang with me. Right? You know I know we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Listen out, there ain't nothing like this. You know I know we kick it like no one else. We kick it like no one else. Listen out, there ain't nothing like this. Take a real close look now.
This reminds me of like
Baby,
those
I'm versatile.
songs, remember?
Watch me when I come down. I make it worth the while. Take a real close look now. I'm gonna show you how. I'm about to get down. So keep it up now. So keep it up. So keep it up with me. I need to move.
We're about 2/3 of the way through.
Don't be a fool. You wanna hang with me.
We have gotten up to 9 minutes of exercise in this broadcast. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Oh my goodness. Goodness me. All right. Whew. All right. We got an apple that has come in, so let's go ahead and get into it. What's that I hear? Hey, hey. All right. We can only play music that's licensed for broadcast, and so most of the mainstream songs, they don't license it for content creators because they want money per play. So I have to use songs that I pay for, that I pay the license on. So these are the songs we have. All right, Yolanda says, lunch is on me. Yes, thank you. I am going to get me a nice salad that I have been wanting to get. So I appreciate that. I'm when I go to campus on Monday, I'm gonna get me a salad Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, because there's this particular salad that comes with like quinoa or wild rice and then some greens and apple and goat cheese and pecans, and I've been craving that. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. If you want to send an apple through to support the broadcast, the QR code is on the screen. You can just take a picture of it and you could go right there, or it's just $Tonya TKO. It is a verified account, so you know you're sending it to the right place. All right, so I actually feel a little tired right now, and I have a lot of reading to do. I'm meeting up with my group to get our presentation together. I'm meeting up with them tomorrow, so I have to finish doing, it's probably about 100 pages of reading. I tried reading, oh gosh, it's just, I'm out of practice for the semester. But if you like these styles of video, please let me know in the comments, in the description, in the comments area, let me know. And I will be breaking this up onto the Clips channel, so make sure that you're subscribed to the Clips channel, which is Tonya TKO Clips. It's on the other side of YouTube. It's a smaller channel, but I put the smaller videos, the clips, over there. All right, so on that note, I'm going to ask you for your self-love lessons from today's video. And then I'm going to go get me something to eat. And then I'm going to go from there. I made my hair look cute, right? Because I'm covering up the new growth that I have, because, you know, my braids are, you know, very old. So you see, so I'm covering that up because I was like, how can I cover, what can I do to, you know, still be able to represent, but not, you know, show, you know, what's going on. Oh, no, that don't look right. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so let's talk about self-love lessons from today's broadcast. I'm going to ask you to type out what you've learned about loving yourself from today's broadcast. All you have to do for me to read your comment on air is to type SLL and listen to the instructions. It needs to be stated from the I, me standpoint. So I love myself infinitely. I take care of myself. I get therapy for the issues that I have. So it needs to be stated from the I or me standpoint. And it needs to be from the positive affirmative. So it needs to have words like what you want. So there's no words like don't, not, never, or any of that, because the subconscious mind doesn't sleep, and we are practicing self-love by speaking these things into existence. So let's talk about what it is that you've learned about loving yourself in today's video. And then afterwards, I will tell you all my self-love lesson. So Pretoria is here late. Oh, you got to get on the text notification squad. So let's get this. Let's get the music up, and then we shall read the self-love lessons. Thank you all so much for coming out with this experimental video. We were able to do maybe 3 or 4 today.
So casually keep diving into.
All right, so come on. Oh, someone says I'm so authentic. Thank you, I appreciate that. I know that I'm authentic. However, when dealing with content creators, it's best to err on the side of caution and just realize that everybody lies, and you just have to take what works for you and just throw away the rest. Honestly, take what works for you, look it up, research it for yourself, because I'm telling you, I know a lot of content creators, and I'm telling you, content creators are not the people to admire. A lot of people got into this field because they're convicts and they can't make money any other way. So be careful out here. SLL, let's see what the self-love lessons are. SLL, I love my body just the way it is. Absolutely. Love your body and where it is that you are now. And you can also honor it by treating your body to the best of its ability, talking nice to it, do strength training or resistance training, all of that stuff. You can do these things as an act of self-love, not self-hate. Like if you're like, oh, I want to get rid of these bingo wings, as they call them, that's not the way to do it. Think about how you love yourself and how you're doing this for the betterment of your longevity and all of that. So go from there. Okay. So I see somebody who has the word F in it, and this person didn't listen to the rules of the self-love lesson. So remember, positive, affirmative, okay? I only share myself with those who have my best interest in mind. That is perfect. That is exactly how the self-love lesson should be written. From the positive, affirmative, from the I standpoint, okay? I always put myself first and focus on me. I only go to experts when needed. Says, is that Roxy? Yes, Rock, thank you. Rockbo, I think it is. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Miss Geologist, I believe it is, says, I came into this earth with myself and I'm responsible for my beautiful self. Yes. And you know what? That's something that, so coming into this world by yourself is something that men say a lot, but this is a misnomer that discounts the person. There was always one other human with you when you were born, and that's your mother. Your mother was there with you at birth. You came into this world with someone. She brought you in. So men like to say, I was born alone. No, no one was born alone. Every person came through a woman's womb. There was someone who carried you and cared for you before you even got into this earth. So no one's born alone. But I feel what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. SLL, I always put myself first and focus on me. I only go to experts when needed. Perfect. SLL, I stay focused on my greater self. Yes. Perfect. I'm going to take a few more. L, why don't you give your self-love lesson today since you're here? And we won't have another video until next week because I have classes all throughout the week. And I really didn't have the time to make this video, but I decided to make the time. But we won't have another one until next weekend. Maybe I can do them maybe on Saturdays. I don't know. I have to get into my school schedule first, right? So I want to see some more self-love lessons. I'll tell you all what my self-love lesson is from all of this, right? My self-love lesson from all of this is that the thoughts I have in my mind can be reflected back to me from other people, and that I have to make sure that my thoughts are high and elevated, so that when I get this reflection back to me, I recognize it and I welcome it. That is my self-love lesson, especially from that last person. That right there was sad to listen to and watch. So exclusively, we're not using words like don't, not, never. So you're using the word ignore. So I'll help you. Let's reconstruct this, okay? I pay attention to lovers and focus on myself for my happiness. You see how that's different? You see how that feels different? I pay attention to lovers. I pay attention to those who love me. I pay attention to those who have loving spirits, who are loving and uplifting. And I focus on myself for my happiness, right? Thank you all so much for coming out. Let's go. I will see you all in the next video.
I never really had a place to call my own, so I travel and I roam till I find that. But I'm full of adventure, so I wander and I venture, and it's safe to say that really I don't mind
and you
that.
know what?
I book a flight to try to figure where my mind's at.
Special shout out to the vitamin E that has been helping me make videos without makeup on since the Ashanti video. I did go and I got a facial treatment. I had gotten microneedling. I have like one of those micro needles at home, but I went to get it professionally done. And since then, my vitamin E has helped my face get back into a wonderful realm. If you're on the mailing list, I say take a look in about a week or two because I'm back in school, so I need to get things set up. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, so special shout out to my skin. I feel really pretty, and I don't see myself wearing makeup anytime soon. I'm just really loving having my skin come forward. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Me in my hometown, baby, we go way back. All the situations, circumstances, still we don't mind. Steady going on, I dance around the street lights. Hey, I know every street side, hanging around the block. Like if you are my friend, then you are welcome any moment.